In lesson 45, we're looking at the difference of two squares theorem, and basically what we're using is the fact that when you multiply a negative number times itself, it turns out to be positive, and when you multiply positive and positive, it'll be positive. So that's why when you have, say, the square root of 4, that can equal a positive or negative 2, because negative 2 times negative 2 is going to give you a positive 4, and then a positive 2 and a positive 2 would give you a positive 4. So you want to include both of those as part of your answer whenever you're solving an equation where it's squared. So our first step would be to take the square root of both sides. So I would have x plus 17 equals plus or minus the square root of 2. Now that doesn't simplify, so I would just leave it like that. And then my next step is to subtract 17 so that I move it to the other side and get the x by itself. So x equals a negative 17 plus or minus the square root of 2, and we're just going to leave our answer like that. On the second problem, we start out the same way. Since it's squared, we're just going to go ahead and take the square root of both sides. So I have x plus 2/5 equals the square root of plus or minus the square root of 3. And then I would subtract 2/5 to move it to the other side so that x is by itself. So x equals a negative 2/5 plus or minus the square root of 3, and that's how we're going to leave our answer.